Okay, now that we already learned how to take our body measurements for the skirts, it's time to go into some lessons, some practical lessons. All right. So for this, I'm going to be using hip of 40, waist of 30, and skirt length of 20. The things I'm going to be showing you now will make sewing so easy. These calculations, do not be afraid. You can always use your calculator. Use mine. Now these numbers here, these figures here that we got here, will help you know the amount of fabric you are going to put on fold. Okay, I would also advise you do yours on paper for now. Get a roll of brown paper and practice until you have you're confident enough to go on fabric. Now we're assuming our hip is 40 plus 2. This 2 is called sewing allowance or seam allowance. Let me show you an example. Every garment has a sewing allowance. It mustn't be, see, this is your sewing allowance. It can be 1/4 inch, it can be 1/2 inch, it can be 2 inches, at most 2 inches. Don't, I wouldn't advise that you go above 2 inches. This is you add this and then you sew it. You don't sew on the body of your body measurement. All right, we'll get into that later. So now this is 40, assuming you add 2 inches or 1 inch or 1.5 inches for your sewing allowance. Okay, it's all up to you. When you add it, you divide it by 4 and you get 10 inches. Your waist, we're assuming, is 30. You can use your own body measurements. You add 2 inches. This 2 inches is it's not constant. You can use 1 inch, you can use 1/4 inch, you can use 1/2 inch, you can use any amount of inches, but I wouldn't advise you go more above 2 inches. All right, that's your 32. You divide it by 4, we get 8 inches. Remember, when you're making clothes, you're dividing all your body parts into 4, with the exception of certain places like your shoulder. You divide it into 2. If you're making pants or trousers, you divide your circumferences. Some of them, like your thigh, your ankle, your knee, you divide them by 2, and not 4.